All right, Emma Bates, good to see you back. Healthy, 100%. How are we feeling?
So good. It was an arduous process getting back to where I'm at now, but I feel stronger than I ever have before. Just, focusing on all the little things that you have to focus on when you're injured have brought me to this point, and I am maybe not as confident as last year just because I don't know, I've never been here before. I've never had an injury in my career before, so I don't know what to exactly expect on the day, but I am confident that we did everything that we could to prepare for today.
You used the word arduous. I like it. What made it arduous?
So much biking, so much cross training, so many exercises, so much monotony of just getting to the gym every day and ungodly hours just because I was biking 24 hours a week, 6 days a week, and it was just a lot of time on my own also, and so just mentally it was really hard to get through, just trying to get myself ready for the trials as much as I could. And I was pretty it's a good thing I was delusional because that's the only way to get yourself motivated sometimes, but I was pretty delusional in thinking that I could get back and get ready for the trials in time, but that kind of got me through, just knowing that I need to do this now, and then kind of compartmentalizing everything and just focusing on the day-to-day was how I got through it.
I've obviously seen videos of Emma on the bike for multiple hours. Are there tips you guys share on just how you mentally stay engaged when you're cross training to try and get back to running shape? Because I feel that's got to be one of the biggest hurdles to get over.
It's funny, I think Emma Coburn and I have the same mentality in a lot of ways, where we just grit down and bear it. We're very stubborn people, and I think we've learned that through our family members and our parents that everybody goes through hard things, and you just have to dig your heels in and do what you have to do. And so just seeing her day in and day out kind of tackle that was really inspirational to me, just knowing that she was able to get herself back to where she needed to be through all of that process. That's what helped me so much. So it's not so much a back and forth rapport, but it's just knowing that we're both doing what we need to do, and we're very professional in that, and not complaining about it. It's everybody goes through this at some point, so that's just our turn now.
Yeah. So I guess take me through the process of even just signing up for this race, right? Because it's the trials announcement that you're scratching happened, and then soon after the elite list comes out for Boston, you're on it. So it's nice to put that on the calendar. What point does the green light go off with you and Joe that's okay, we're gonna do this, we're clear to go?
It was a pretty quick pivot, and I think that was what we needed to do. He had kind of decided before I did that we weren't going to run the trials. I think he knew in his mind that it just wasn't going to happen, and so once he broke it down to me, I had a couple days to kind of grieve, and then he's okay, so let's do Boston, and I was all right, let's do it. And that's just having the carrot, dangling, just something to train for and something to be excited about again. And Boston Marathon, what a cool thing to be excited for. So just trying to make myself realize that, the Olympic trials, the Olympics aren't the end all be all. There's still these amazing races, and maybe this is happening for a reason. And so just kind of pivoting in that way was an okay transition, just because I had so much support from Joe, and just he was really excited about the prospect of me running Boston and being healthy and being really strong for this day.
Is there a workout or a long run that gave you the confidence? You're okay, I'm not just gonna run this thing, I'm gonna compete.
Yeah. There was a specific workout. It was the same morning as the New York City Half Marathon, and I was so inspired by all of the great performances there that I got after my workout probably a little too much. That's a problem in watching races when you're a fan, is going into your own stuff, you're pretty jazzed up. And I ended up running 5:30s for 12 miles, so 66 minutes over 12 miles at altitude over hills. So just knowing that I could have competed really well at the New York City Marathon on that day, that just gave me so much confidence, knowing that we did everything we needed to do. We weren't chasing fitness. We waited until the exact right moment in order to kind of push ourselves a little bit more and get the most out of myself. So that was a big one for me, and I think for Joe too, who was pretty surprised and shocked that I was at where I was at.
What'd you learn, I guess, from going so far into the race last year with some of the top Kenyans and Ethiopians, where you're just okay, only thing that's missing now to like get from 22 to the finish is XYZ.
Yeah, it's a little daunting just knowing that like it could be up until that point until people start making moves, but knowing also that I did that last year, was able to stick with, you know, the entire pack until like a mile and a half to go essentially. So I think that I have a lot of confidence just knowing that I can compete with the best out there and kind of cover moves, and even though it's going to be really hard at times and it may feel like I'm in over my head, like I have the fitness and I've been there and I know it and I know what to expect, and I know that people like Helen are going to wait until the final, you know, stretch in order to like kind of kick it in, and they're trying to make, you know, their Kenyan Olympic team, so I know that they're going to be getting after it like probably from the gun, so I'm going to have to be ready, and I feel ready. I feel like again last year just all that experience is going to serve me well.
Awesome. Thanks, Emma.
Thanks, Chris.